Another announcement on the death of Ibrahim Danzaria, who was a political aide in the office of Honorable Adodogwa. He died sometime last week, and the chairman, House Committee on Petroleum Upstream, and chairman, House of Representatives, Northern Regional Caucus, is the announcer of this. So, honorable colleagues, with your kind permission, shall we rise for a minute silence in honor of these very important Nigerians. May the soul of the departed rest in perfect peace. Honorable colleagues, the business of the day is presentation of 13 bills. I now invite the clerk to read their short titles.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Appropriation Act 2023, Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Supplementary Appropriation Act 2023, Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, Sixth Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Capital Territory Transport Authority Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, Sixth Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. National Hajj Commission of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, MIHA, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. National Orientation Commission Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, Sixth Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Chartered Institute of Training and Development of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, Sixth Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, Sixth Alteration Bill 2024, first reading.
Honorable colleagues, the first order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to domesticate and enforce in Nigeria the International Convention Against Doping in Sport, establish Nigeria Anti-Doping Center to implement Nigeria's obligation to World Anti-Doping Code, international standards and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Tuesday, 11 June 2024. I therefore call on the Leader of the House to move that the bill be now read the third time.
Mr. Speaker, I'm Professor Julius Ihavere, ONDSSRS, Owan Federal Constituency, and from Edo State. I rise to move that a bill for an act to domesticate and enforce in Nigeria the International Convention Against Doping in Sports, establish Nigeria Anti-Doping Center to implement Nigeria's obligations to the World Anti-Doping Code, international standards and for related matters, HB 1441, be read a third time. I so move.
Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, Kingsley Chinda, I rise to second the motion for the third reading of the bill HB 1441. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to domesticate and enforce in Nigeria the International Convention Against Doping in Sport established Nigeria Anti-Doping Center to implement Nigeria's obligations to World Anti-Doping Code, international standards, and for related matters. Third reading.
The bill is read the third time and passed. The second order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to prohibit the exportation of maize or its derivatives in large commercial quantities out of Nigeria and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader, honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Tuesday, 11 June 2024. I therefore call on the Leader of the House to move that the bill be read the third time.
Mr. Speaker, Professor Julius Ihovere, Owan Federal Constituency, Edo State. Allow me to read orders, bills 2, 3, and 4. I rise to move that a bill for an act to prohibit the exportation of maize or its derivatives in large commercial quantities out of Nigeria and for related matters, HB 1509. Also, a bill for an act to provide for the domestication and enforcement of the African Union Convention for the protection and assistance of internally displaced persons and for related matters, HB 1350. And finally, a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal University of Environment Technology, Koroma, Sapmenwa, Tai Ogoni, and for related matters, HB 1040, be read a third time. I so move.
Even though you go beyond what I announced, but I adopt and accept the taking of all the bills together. Minority Leader, please, if you can kindly second.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to also go beyond by supporting the third reading of bills number HB 1509, HB 1350, and HB 1040. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to prohibit the exportation of maize or its derivatives in large commercial quantities out of Nigeria and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to provide for the domestication and enforcement of African Union Convention for the protection and assistance of internally displaced persons and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal University of Environment Technology, Koroma, Sapmenwa, Tai Ogoni, and for related matters. Third reading.
All four bills read the third time and passed. The fifth order of the day is the commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Appropriation Act 2023 to further extend the implementation of the capital aspect of the Appropriation Act 2023 from 30th June 2024 to 31st December 2024, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 27th June 2024. I'll first of all call on the Leader of the House to please move for the suspension of our relevant rules to enable the House debate on this very important bill.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House suspend.
Excuse me, are you raising a point of order? Okay, please go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, this is a personal explanation, H6. On the other paper, as you read, I just want to draw your attention. You said 31st December, but what we have here is 31st October, Mr. Speaker.
Well, if you can recall, yes, there is a mistake on the other paper, but the letter from Mr. President supersedes. And what I read to you reads 31st December, not October. And I'm sure the secretariats have captured that accordingly. So please, honorable colleagues, for those who have 31st October written on the papers, please take note and correct accordingly. The letter from Mr. President, which read 31st December, supersedes the earlier announcement supplied to us. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Isiaka, for the observation. Leader, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. As I was saying before, Honorable Isiaka mounted his point of order. I rise to move that the House do suspend the relevant rules to enable us discuss HB 150, HB 1561. I so move.
The leader of the minority, can you second, please?
Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the application for second reading of these bills.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, please can you proceed and move that the bill be read a second time.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that a bill for an act to amend the Appropriation Act 2023 to further extend the implementation of the capital aspect of the Appropriation Act 2023 from 30th June 2024 to 31st December 2024, and for related matters, HB 1560 be read a second time. I so move.
Minority Leader, please can you kindly second?
Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion for the second reading of the bill HB 1560, subject to proper debate, sir. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Leader of the House, can you lead the debate, please?
Mr. Speaker, thank you for this opportunity. This is a fairly straightforward request, which entails not altering the content of the budget, but essentially the date to allow for effective implementation to the benefit of Nigeria and all Nigerians. That essentially the date be adjusted from 30th June 2024 to 31st December 2024. And like I said, this is to make life easy for everyone to complete the project because we don't want abandoned projects. I urge my colleagues to please support this so that there will be no excuses. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable colleagues, you have heard from the Leader of the House that it is a straightforward bill, which every one of us is fully aware of its importance to the economy, to the country as a whole. But since the minority leader has raised up his hand, I don't know whether to second or to contribute. Whichever one it is, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, my dear colleagues, for yielding the floor to me. Firstly, let me say that very sincerely, there are things that are legal, but truly, morally, they might not appear to be very correct. The application for extension of the 2023 budget, it's also coming with an application for extension of the supplementary budget for 2023. We understand the implication. From the letter we received, it is mainly, in fact, only on capital projects. And we cannot ask that capital projects should be abandoned. We cannot also deny our country, which by implication means denying ourselves the benefits of capital projects. So, in principle, we might not oppose this. I might not oppose this in principle because I want these projects concluded. But in terms of procedure, I feel a little bit worried. A situation where we have 3 budgets running concurrently. And then we're also expecting, sincerely, a supplementary budget for 2024, which means that we have 4 budgets running in a country simultaneously. You will also recall that one of the major criticism against the PDP government was that we had no clear budgetary period, and so that we are returning to the era of January to December budget. But today, we are having not just 24 months, not just 12 months, but 24 months budget cycle. And so, whilst I would say that yes, it is in the interest of the country that these projects be concluded, but this process and procedure might not appear to be completely correct. In criticizing this, we will not just criticize, but profile an alternative, sir. And therefore, I will suggest that the House leader steps down this bill, and then we go back to the drawing board. Look at it, all the projects that are contained in 2023 budget and 2023 supplementary budget, we take them over to the 2024 supplementary budget so that we can have just 2 budgets running in the country. That way, we would have achieved everything that we intend to achieve. If we have all the capital projects in 2023 that is not concluded and 2024. That's my submission, sir.
Thank you, Leader, for your contribution. But I want us to please take away emotions. It is important we appreciate this government because it's a new government in the first place. 2, there are legal and moral implications of extending a supplementary appropriation without extending the mother budget itself. And we are aware that the supplementary budget of 2023 is largely security related. It's largely 95% security related. And it is because of the passion of Mr. President to ensure that all those items that have been slated for procurements are done within a stipulated period of time. And because we couldn't do for one reason or the other in the past, he felt that this is the best time for us to come to the House to request for an extension so that all these security-related equipments that have already been slated for procurement can see the light of the day. It is for our own good, it's for the good of the country. So I want to please urge and implore our members to please support this. It is to enhance the security of this country, without which nothing can move. So please kindly support this for the progress of our country, please. So I will request for 1 or 2 more contributions, and then we put the question. I will recognize Honorable Sada Soli.
Mr. Speaker, my name is Sada Soli, GBI, representing GBI Keita Federal Consensus. Mr. Speaker, I admire the PDP for playing to the gallery. I admire the minority leader who has been in this chamber for the last 4 sessions, and he knows the procedure and he knows the way things are being done. You cannot extend the period of supplementary budget without extending the period of the main budget, which hinges on the main budget. And the question here is this right? Yes, the answer is right. Because it is within the law of the Appropriation Act that we can extend any part of the act. So I don't think it's an issue that we should be playing to the gallery or should bring politics in it. The PDP will... Mr. Speaker,
Honorable colleagues, order please. Order please. Honorable Sada has the floor. Please allow him to land. Please.
Mr. Speaker, in
allow him to land, please.
representative democracy, minority will have its say, but the majority will have its way. Mr. Speaker, I request the pleasure and the understanding of our colleagues on the other side of the aisle to support this Supplementary Appropriation Act, to support this extension of this act so that it will be for the better of this country. I so support, Mr. Speaker.
Order in the House. Order, please. Order, please.
My distinguished colleagues, Mr. Speaker, this is the best moment of this House, where everybody is trying to express his feelings on the three budgets to be running concurrently if approved. Mr. Speaker, sir, I will want to move a motion that let the House go into a committee of the whole to discuss this issue amongst ourselves, executive session to discuss this issue amongst ourselves, then we come back to plenary. I so move.
Is that the opinion of the majority here?
No. Mr. Speaker.
Okay, before I rule on that, let me allow more members to contribute and then we decide at the end which way to follow. I would like to recognize Honorable Ado Dogwa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, the Speaker of the House of the Nigerian People and Ian Zazo. My respected colleagues, I remain Honorable Ado Dogwa, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, representing the good people of Dogwa, Tudunwada Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker. And like I've always said, for the records, Mr. Speaker, I am of the APC extraction in Kano State. Mr. Speaker, I rise today on a point of responsibility. I rise on a point of duty. Mr. Speaker, this is an institution that we have continuously called the House of the People, which simply means whatever we do on this floor should be something that must be accountable to the people and we will be held responsible. Mr. Speaker, each and every blessed member that is on this floor is representing a community of his own people. And when you are discussing a matter of this magnitude, Mr. Speaker, the budget, which is the money bill, which of course provides the basis of governance in any country, definitely we must have to agree to call a spade a spade. Mr. Speaker, I rise here very extraordinarily to say for the first time that I agree with the submissions made by the minority leader of the House today. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, that has got nothing to do with my perpetual affiliation to the ruling party, the APC, which I'm still proud of. It has never happened, Mr. Speaker. Though I agree with Honorable Sada Soli, who said it's legal. The answer, yes, it's legal. But, Mr. Speaker, when you have something coming so unprecedented, something that has not been the usual practice of this great institution, then definitely you must have to accept that the people out there who brought us here to work in their own interests will have questions, whether overtly or covertly. And these are some of the moments that we must have to rise to stand to the position of my people. Mr. Speaker, I want to honestly say that even though it's legal, Mr. Speaker, this is unprecedented. You have two substantive budgets, 2023, being extended to 31st of December and running them concurrently. You have other supplementary budgets being carried also at the same time, Mr. Speaker. I want to say without any fear of contradiction that they may be legal, but that moral feeling, that moral responsibility, Mr. Speaker, that moral questions will always be raised. Reason why I rise to say so, Mr. Speaker, is for us as a house and an institution, while we have no cause whatsoever to stop it, I will be for it, and I will urge people to be for it. But at least at this critical moment, we must unite ourselves and we must stand collectively and send a signal to the government of the Federation that not everything could fly. When you have a budget being extended continuously, it means the government is lagging behind in the pursuance of the implementation of that bill. Mr. Speaker, it is my opinion that this House accept this bill, and I want to also plead with the members of the House of Representatives, no matter which party we belong to please allow it go for now. But the message has to be sent. The message has to be sent that government has to sit up and do the needful. Minority Leader, I want to plead with you on the ground, on the ground, Mr. Speaker, on the ground that yes, the government is a new government, on the ground that the leader of the government is somebody that we all trust, and on the subject matters raised in the extension of this budget, sir, I would like to also agree that I therefore rise. I finally would like to second the motion that we move into executive session, discuss this matter, and hopefully come back to pass this request from Mr. President.
I think, honorable colleagues, the best thing we need to do now is to call for an executive session. Let us discuss in-house and take a common position, and then we revert back and do the needful. So without any waste of time, I'll call on the leader to move that we resolve to executive session to discuss this very critical subject matter.
Inasmuch as I do not believe that we do need an executive session to discuss a straightforward matter, I move that we'll go to executive session all the same. I don't think we need it. It's a straightforward matter. It is legal. What are we debating for? You have the gavel.
Go ahead and move so that we can discuss further.
Move to executive session.
Any second leader, minority leader, can you second?
Okay.
Second for us to move into executive session, please.
I rise to second the motion that the House do retire into an executive session. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it.